This video is on section 4.3, homework assignment number 26. It's called the change of base formula. This is a formula you'll need to know, but it's not one that I think it's going to take a long time to memorize. I'm going to show you how to remember it. If you think back, we've used your calculator 2 times. That was for log problems that had a base 10 and a natural log, an ln, that had a base e. Now the only 2 bases your calculator know would be base e for ln and base 10 for log. Well, of course, an log equation can have many bases. So what we've got to do is look at what happens when we have another positive base other than 10. I'm going to go through your formula first. It says log base b of n is equal to log base a. Now this is another base, n, over log base a of b. Now I know that makes no sense, so let's look at it this way. If I have log base 5 of x, now remember my calculator does not know base 5, so I'm going to change it into a base that I know. It's going to be set up as a fraction. Now think, what log base does your calculator know? Well, it's base 10. Now by using base 10, that would allow me to use this log key on my calculator. Now here's how you remember this formula. If you drew a line such as we write on, the argument x sits higher than the subscript 5. So this higher sitting number is going to be the new argument in the numerator. The base is going to be the argument in the denominator. Now that's how we're going to set each of these up. Let's look at a couple of these problems. Evaluate to 4 decimal places using change of base. Now your problems will tell you to use change of base. I have log base 3 of 75. My calculator does not know base 3. Now remember, I'm going to set it up as a fraction of 2 logs that my calculator knows, that knows base 10. Now again, remember, 75 sits higher, it goes in the numerator. Now not as an exponent, but it sits on the same line as log. The 3 goes in the denominator as the argument, same line as the log. I'm going to use that for equal because I'm going to round and approximate my answer. Now, here's what we're going to do with your calculator. I'm going to clear it. You've got to remember on these, all through this chapter, that you cannot use too many parentheses. You've got to get comfortable with the parentheses key on your calculator. Alright, here we are. Log of 75, close parentheses. Now I'm dividing by another log of 3, close parentheses, and hit equal. And you have, let's see if you can read that. Let me move my paper where I can write, and you still read the calculator. 3.9299. Now the next number is a 4, so that does not raise the 99 up by 1. Alright, let's try again. I'm going to go to number 3. I have more working room here. It says log base 5 of 130. Now again, my calculator does not know base 5, so I'm going to rewrite it. Now remember, it's rewritten as a fraction with 2 logs that my calculator knows the base. Well, for log it knows base 10. Okay, now remember which sits higher, 130, so that's numerator. 5 is lower, that's denominator. And I'm going to approximate this answer. And now let's go to our calculator. I'm using log base 10 of 130, close your parentheses, divide by, that's what this fraction line tells me, log, that's base 10 of 5, close your parentheses and hit equal. And you have 3 point, let me see if I can get this where you can read it, 3.02436. This 6 is going to move that 4 up, move the 3 up to a 4. 3.0244. Now I want to show you something else that you could do on this. Remember, I'm rewriting the problem. So I'm going to take this problem. Now think again, I need to write it into something my calculator knows. My calculator knows natural log. Now I don't have to write this, but my calculator always knows ln is a base e. So I would put my 130 in the numerator, my 5 in the denominator. Now remember, I can do this because I'm rewriting it to an equivalent problem. Now this time, because I've entered natural log, I'm going to use ln. So ln on my calculator, 130, close parentheses, divided by ln, 5, close parentheses, equal. And again, let's get this where you can read that, 3.02436. The 6 rounds the 3 up to a 4. You get the very same answer. Now these are change of base problems. You would use your calculator with this formula when your base is not a 10 or not an E.